Hello students, in today's video we will see a numerical example on preparation of trading profit and loss account and balance sheet of a trader. The numerical example is from the following trial balance of Suman as on 31st March 2018. You are required to prepare a trading and profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 2018 and a balance sheet as on that date. The trial balance is given as on 31st March 2018. In the trial balance, there are debit balances and credit balances. So first we'll see the debit balances. Debit balances they are related to the assets and expenses of the business, and credit balances relate to the liabilities and capital of the business, and also the incomes of the business. So the first debit balance is bills receivable. Bills receivable is a current asset and therefore it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Opening stock will be shown as the first item to the debit side of trading account. Purchases will be shown to the debit side of trading account after opening stock. Sundry debtors are current assets of the business and therefore they will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Wages are direct expenses and therefore they will be shown on the debit side of trading account. Salaries are indirect expenses and therefore they will be taken to the debit side of profit and loss account. Similarly, postage and telegram, insurance, printing and stationery will be shown to the debit side of profit and loss account. Carriage inward will be shown to the debit side of trading account. Furniture and fixtures being assets, they will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Loose tools, plant and machinery, investments, these are also assets and therefore they will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. Then office rent. Now here you have to pay attention. You have to just note it that office rent is given as rupees 6,000 and this rent is for 10 months. So what we'll have to do is, if for 10 months the rent is 6,000, we'll have to calculate the rent for the whole year, that is for 12 months, and this will be an adjustment. That means there will be certain amount of rent which is outstanding, the outstanding rent for 2 months, that we'll have to calculate, and it will be an adjustment that we'll have to make in the balance sheet and profit and loss account. Then there are drawings which will be deducted from the capital. Cash in hand is a asset of your business and therefore it will be shown on the asset side. Capital will be shown on the liability side. Sales will be shown on the credit side of trading account. Creditors, liability side of balance sheet. Bills payable, liability side of balance sheet. Reserve for doubtful debts. Now one more thing we have to remember here is that in the adjustment there will be a new reserve which has to be created, and if such adjustment has to be made, and if there is already a reserve for doubtful debts given in the trial balance, then there will be two reserves. One will be a new reserve and the one which is given in the trial balance will be the old reserve. So what we'll have to do is, we'll have to prepare the new reserve, we'll have to calculate the new reserve, and from that new reserve will be deducted from the debtors, and one effect, and second effect will be shown to the debit side of profit and loss account. And from that new reserve, this old reserve which is given in the trial balance, that will be deducted. Dividend received is an indirect income, so it will be shown on the credit side of profit and loss account. Purchases returns will be deducted from the purchases on the debit side of trading account. Then there are adjustments to be made. The first adjustment is, the stock on 31st March 2018 was valued at rupees 24,500. Second, depreciate plant and machinery by 10% per annum, and loose tools were revalued at rupees 6,650. Third adjustment, insurance is prepaid rupees 1,200. And the last, fourth adjustment is, create reserve for doubtful debts at 5% on debtors. So students, now let us look at the solution to the numerical example. We'll be preparing a trading profit and loss account and balance sheet. So for preparing trading and profit and loss account, on top on the heading we'll be writing, in the books of Suman, trading profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2018. So this trading profit and loss account will have two parts, debit side and credit side. On both sides we have same columns, particulars, and a column for amount rupees on both the sides. We'll leave some space required and then we prepare a balance sheet. Balance sheet. On top we'll write, in the books of Suman, balance sheet as on 31st March 2018. Now the balance sheet will have again two parts, liabilities amount rupees, assets amount rupees. So first we start with the trading account. Trading account debit side, the first item will be the opening stock. Opening stock is usually given in the trial balance. So in this particular given example, the opening stock is rupees 11,500. So first item we'll write in the trading account is opening stock. So on trading account debit side we'll write to opening stock. Amount is rupees 11,500. After opening stock, we will take the purchases. Debit side of the trading account, second item usually is purchases. So we'll write to purchases. Now here in the example, there are purchase returns. So we'll write the amount of purchases in the inner column, 92,700. And from this we will have to deduct the purchase returns. So from this we'll deduct the returns. Now the purchase returns are rupees 200. So we'll deduct this 200 rupees from the purchases, and in the amount column we will write 92,500. 92,700 minus 200. 92,500. Now after taking the opening stock and purchases, the next items that will appear on the debit side of trading account are the direct expenses. Now in the given example, the first direct expense is wages. So we'll write to wages. There is no adjustment to be made on wages, so directly in the amount column we will write 4,600. Then the second direct expense is carriage inward. To carriage inward, amount is rupees 900. Now we've seen all the items relating to the debit side of trading account. Now we come to the credit side. Now we have taken purchases on the debit side and we'll be taking sales on the credit side of the trading account. By sales. Now there are no sales returns. Therefore, directly we take the amount of value of sales on in the amount column, 1,40,000. Now these are the items which are given in the trial balance which relate to the trading account. Now after this we'll leave some space and we'll make the totals. We'll be finding out the gross profit or gross loss after making all the adjustments. So now we come to the debit side of profit and loss account. Now we have taken all the direct expenses to the debit side of trading account. All the indirect expenses will be taken to the debit side of profit and loss account. So the first expense is to salaries, 7,500. After that, to postage and telegram, 2,200. To insurance. Now there's an adjustment to be done on insurance. So we'll take the amount in the inner column, 2,400. We'll leave some space and then we'll take the other indirect expense to printing and stationery, 3,600, no adjustment. Then next is to office rent. Now on this there is an adjustment but which is not given outside the trial balance. In the trial balance the amount of office rent is given as rupees 6,000 and it is mentioned that this rent is for 10 months. That means for 2 more months, that is for 12 months we have to pay rent, but the rent has been paid for 10 months. So the rent for 2 months is outstanding. This is an adjustment which we have to understand and we have to make it. Okay, so for that sake, we'll be writing the amount in the inner column. We'll be making the adjustment later on. So we have taken all the indirect expenses. We'll have to check whether there is an indirect income. Now there is an indirect income, that is dividend received. So by dividend received, credit side of the profit and loss account, rupees 2,400. We have left one line over here for the gross profit. Okay, now sales plus whatever closing stock is given, sales plus closing stock, that amount will be exceeding this debit side totals, so we can conclude that there is going to be a gross profit. Therefore we have left one line over here on the credit side of profit and loss account. Now we will go to the balance sheet. Balance sheet, first we'll see the liability side. On the liability side, first we will take the capital balance. So we'll write here capital in the inner column, because if there's a net profit, it will be added to the capital. If there's a net loss, it will be deducted, and then if there are drawings, they also will have to be deducted from the capital. So capital balance will be written in the inner column, 45,000. Then we'll have to leave space for adding or deducting the net profit, net loss, and there are drawings also given. So we'll leave space accordingly, around 3 lines. And then we'll take the next liability. So next liability is sundry creditors. The value of sundry creditors is 15,000. Then there are bills payable, 2,000. So we have done with the liability side, the items which are given in the trial balance. Then asset side, there is plant and machinery. There is depreciation to be provided. So in a column we'll write 15,000. We'll leave some space and then we'll take the next asset, that is furniture and fixtures. There is no adjustment, so outer column 9,500. Then there are loose tools. Now loose tools will have to provide depreciation, so we write the amount in the inner column. We'll leave some space and then we'll take the debtors. So we have to provide reserve on the debtors, so inner column will write 15,000. Leave some space and then we'll write the investment. Investment is 10,000. Then bills receivable. Bills receivable 3,000. Cash in hand 8,100. Okay, so these are the items which we have taken from the trial balance. Now we will look at the adjustments. One by one we'll see what are the adjustments to be made. Now the first adjustment is related to the closing stock. So it is mentioned that the stock on 31st March 2018 was valued at rupees 24,500. So the first effect of closing stock will be shown on the credit side of trading account. Yeah, we'll write by closing stock. Amount is rupees 24,500. This is one effect. Second effect will be shown to the assets side of balance sheet. Closing stock 24,500. So we have done the first adjustment. Second adjustment is depreciate plant and machinery by 10% per annum, and loose tools were revalued at rupees 6,650. So first we'll provide depreciation on plant and machinery. Now here the value of plant and machinery balance sheet asset side we have written 15,000 less depreciation at 10%. We have to provide 10% depreciation. So 10% on 15,000 will be 1,500. So we'll deduct the depreciation and we'll write the amount 13,500 in the rupees column. So this is one effect. Second effect of depreciation will be shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. To depreciation on, now there are two assets on which we need to provide depreciation. So first is plant and machinery. On plant and machinery we have provided 1500 rupees as depreciation. Okay, so second adjustment, one part we have finished. Second part is loose tools were revalued at rupees 6,650. Now here balance sheet asset side we have shown loose tools. Okay, so it is said that loose tools are revalued at rupees 6,650. That means the value, net value of the loose tools is 6,650. Okay, this is the value. What has happened? It was 7,000 and now it is revalued at 6,650. The difference between these two figures will be the depreciation. Okay, so here we will write less depreciation. So the gap is of rupees 350. The difference between 7,000 and 6,650, that is the depreciation. This is one effect. Second effect we will show here. Two depreciation on. First we have seen plant and machinery, then loose tools 350. So in the amount column will write 1850, 1,850 total depreciation. Then we go to the next adjustment. Insurance prepaid rupees 1200. So here we have shown insurance of rupees 2,400, debit side of profit and loss account. Out of this, the amount of prepaid insurance is 1200. So we'll have to deduct the prepaid insurance less prepaid 1200. Okay, so 2,400 minus 1200 will be 1200. And then the second effect of this prepaid insurance will be shown to the assets side of balance sheet. After closing stock we'll say prepaid insurance rupees 1200. Then we come to the last adjustment. Create reserve for doubtful debts at 5% on debtors. So here we have shown the debtors. We have to create a reserve at 5%. So less RDD means reserve for doubtful debts at 5%. So 5% on 15,750, it comes to 750. So we'll create a reserve for doubtful debt 750. The amount 14,250 will be shown here. Okay. Now in the trial balance there is a reserve that will be considered as a old reserve, and the reserve which we have just created, that will be considered as the new reserve. So when such situations are there, what we need to do is we take the new reserve to the debit side of profit and loss account, and from that we will deduct the old reserve, the reserve which is given in the trial balance. Okay, so here we will write to new RDD, new reserve for doubtful debts, the reserve we just created 750. From this we deduct the old reserve less old RDD, the reserve which is given in the trial balance. So that was rupees 400. So 750 minus 400. The net reserve that will have to be created is rupees 350. Okay, now here one more adjustment will have to be made, which is not given specifically in the adjustments, but we have to understand that adjustment. That adjustment is related to office rent. In the example, in the trial balance, it is mentioned that this 6,000 is the office rent and this rent is for 10 months. So in a year there are 12 months and we have to pay rent for 12 months. But since this amount belongs to only 10 months, we'll have to calculate how much rent is outstanding for 2 more months. So if the rent for 10 months is 6,000, okay, then for 1 month the rent will be rupees 600, and then for 2 months it will be 1200. Okay, so this is the rent paid, and for 2 months it is outstanding. So what we'll have to do is add outstanding 1200. 7,200 will be written in the amount column. The second effect, this is outstanding, this is a liability, so it will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Outstanding rent of rupees 1200. Now we have finished doing all the adjustments. Now we will find out the gross profit from the trial balance. For that we'll have to take the totals of both the sides, debit side as well as credit side. The total whichever is greater will be written on both sides. Now here we can see that the credit side is greater. So credit side total is rupees 1,64,500. That same total will be written on the debit side also, 1,64,500. And from this total we deduct the total of the debit side items, and the difference will be called as gross profit. So here we will write to gross profit carried down. So the gross profit is rupees 55,000. This gross profit will be brought down to the profit and loss account credit side by gross profit brought down 55,000. Now again this side only, credit side is only greater, it means there is going to be a net profit to the organization. So the credit side total is rupees 57,400. Same amount we will write on the debit side also, 57,400. And just what the way we calculated gross profit, we are going to calculate the net profit also. From this total 57,400 we will deduct the total of the debit side items, and the difference will be called as net profit. So we'll write here to net profit carried down. This will be carried down to the capital in the on the liability side of the balance sheet. So the amount of net profit is rupees 33,500. Now we come to the liability side of balance sheet where we have shown capital. Since there's a net profit, it will be added to the capital. Add net profit 33,500. It will be added to the capital 78,500. In a column only we'll be taking the total, because we need to deduct the drawings. Drawings are given in the example and we need to deduct them from the capital. So less drawings. The amount of drawings is rupees 6,000. And now we take the balance of capital to the rupees column, 72,500. Now we have done all the adjustments. We have taken the net profit. We have deducted the drawings. Then the last thing what we need to do is we need to find out whether the balance sheet tallies, whether the liability side and asset side total of the balance sheet matches. Only then we can see that whatever solution, whatever calculations we have done, they are 100% correct. So we will take the totals of both the sides separately. So the balance sheet total is rupees 90,700, which means we have solved the numerical example correctly and our balance sheet has tallied. Okay, so students, I hope you'll have understood this numerical example properly. So in the next video, we'll meet with some more important concepts related to financial accounting. Thank you.